morning, everyone. First of all, we would like to thank our lecturers and all of our friends for being here today. We are Group 1, and today we are going to present our final project entitled Constructing Defining and Non-Defining Clauses through Stepping the 5-Step D. The objective of our presentation are to understand defining and non-defining clauses, to apply stepping the 5-step D, and to learn how relative clauses can be used to create more detailed and meaningful sentences. During these presentations, we will explain D1, D2, and D3, demonstrate sentence transformations, so the use of relative clauses in authentic communications, and compare this technique with other steps in the stepping of 5-step approach. Without further ado, let's begin our presentation.
Now I would like to explain stepping the 5 steps D1. Our example is a diligent student completed the project successfully yesterday. First, let's identify the 5 main steps. The first step is noun phrase 1. It is a diligent student. This is the subject because it performs the action. The second step is the verb. It is completed. This tells us that the action. The third step is noun phrase 2. It is the project. This is the object that receives the action. The fourth step is predicate adjective. There is no predicate adjective in this sentence. The fifth step is the adverb. It is successfully yesterday. It tells us how and when the action happened. Now let's develop the sentence using the substeps. We start from the substeps SVD. Because the noun refers to a person, we choose the relative pronoun who. At step 2.1, we add the verb. Our verb is 1. At step 3.1, we add the object. It is the national science competition. Finally, at step 5.1, we add the adverb. It is last month. Now, if we read the substeps from the bottom to the top, we get who won the national science competition last month. This is our defining relative clause. Finally, we combine it with the main sentence. The final sentence becomes a diligent student who won the national science competition last month completed the project successfully yesterday.
Now, I would like to explain stepping the 5 stair D2. First, I identified the 5 main stair. The first stair is NP1, which is the librarian. And the second stair is verb, which is borrowed. The third stair is NP2, which is a history book. History book. We skip the stair 4, and the fifth stair is adverb, yesterday. At SBD, I choose the relative pronoun that because a history book is a thing. At stair 2.1, I add the verb contain. At stair 3.1, I added the object, valuable information. Valuable information. And at stair 5.1, I added additional information about Indonesian history. About Indonesian history. Now, if we read the substair together, we get that contain valuable information about Indonesian history. Finally, I combine the defining clause with main sentence. The final sentence is, yesterday, the librarian borrowed a history book that contains valuable information about Indonesian history.
Now, I will explain stepping the 5 stairs day 3. Let's start with the main stairs. Our example sentence is, the new library is very comfortable for students today. Now let's identify each stairs. The first stairs is non-frame 1 and P1. It is the new library. This is the subject of the sentence. The second stair is the copula. The copula is a copula links the subject with list complement. The third stair is the complement. The is very comfortable. Very comfortable for student. It describes the subject. The first stair is kept because there is no predicate adjective to expand separately this pattern. The fifth stair is the adverb of time. It is today. It tells us when the situation happens. Now let's move to the SUV stairs. First, I choose the relative pronoun because library is a thing. I use that. Next, at stairs 2.1, I add the verb was good. At stairs 3.1, I add the complement by the local government. Finally, at stairs 5.1, I add the adverb last year. Now let's read the sub-stairs together. That was built by the local government last year. This is the defining relative clause. Finally, I comment the defining relative clause with the main sentence. The final sentence is the new library that was built by the local government last year is very comfortable for students today. So in stepping the verb search day 3, we first identify the main stage, then we develop the sentence using the substance to create a defining relative clause.
Thank you, Grace. I'd like to introduce ourselves. My name is Regita. Now I will explain object relative clauses and possessive relative clauses. Let's start with object relative clauses. Look at these two sentences. Sentence 1, the book is very useful. Sentence 2, I borrowed the book yesterday. The repeated noun is the book. We replace the repeated noun with that. The result becomes the book that I borrowed yesterday is very useful. This is called an objective relative clauses. Now let's look at another example. Example 1, the restaurant is popular. Sentence 2, we visit the restaurant last week. The result becomes the restaurant that we visit last week is popular. Again, the clause modifies the object. Now let's continue with possessive relative clauses. Look at the two sentences. Sentence 1, the student received an award. Sentence 2, her project was selected nationally. We replace her with whose. The result becomes the student whose project was selected nationally received an award. This is called possessive relative clauses. Now let's see how relative clauses are used in real communication. Good afternoon, everyone. Today I would like to introduce Penyengat Island, which is one of the most famous historical places in the Riau Islands. Why is it famous? It has a mosque that was built many years ago. That sounds interesting. I also met a guide who explained the history of the island very clearly. What else can visitors find there? Visitors can meet local people whose traditions are still preserved today. That sounds wonderful. Yes, it is a beautiful place that combines history, culture, and tourism. Now, let's identify the clauses. Which is one of the most famous historical places. This is a non-defining clause that was built many years ago. This is a defining clause who explains the history of the island very clearly. This is a defining clause whose traditions are still preserved today. This is a possessive relative clause. As we can see, relative clauses are very useful in real communication. Now, let's compare stepping the 5 steps D with other steps. Stepping the 5 steps A, B, and C focus on different sentence patterns. Meanwhile, stepping the 5 step D focuses on defining and non-defining clauses. Therefore, step D helps students produce detailed and complex sentence. In our opinion, step D is very useful because it helps students connect ideas and provide additional information clearly.
Hi Grace, hi Rere. How was your English class today?
It was very interesting. Our lecturer explained a lesson that helped me understand defining relative clauses better.
I agree. I also read an article that gave many useful examples.
That's great. I borrowed a grammar book that explains relative clause in a simple way.
Really? Is it the book that our lecturer recommended last week?
Yes, it is. I think it's very helpful for beginners.
I also have a friend who always helped me practice English before presentations.
That's nice. Learning with friends who support each other makes studying more enjoyable.
I completely agree. I hope we can improve our English together.
I hope we can keep learning together and become more confident in speaking English.
Go to school early in the day. Learning English is the best way. Relative class help us write, making every sentence right.
Reading books is always fun. Knowledge shines just like the sun. Study hard and never fear. Better English will appear.
Birds are singing in the tree, learning grammar happily. Practice every single day. Success will surely come your way.
Now, I would like to compare stepping the 5 stairs D with the traditional grammar teaching method. Both methods help students learn English grammar and build correct sentence. The difference is that the traditional grammar teaching method focuses on grammar rules, while the stepping the 5 stairs D method helps students understand sentence structure step by step. In our opinion, stepping the 5 stairs D is more effective because it is easier to understand and helps students construct relative clause more clearly. Now, I would like to share my reflection about this project. Working on this project has been a valuable learning experience for me. Before learning the the 5 stairs D method, I often found it difficult to identify the parts of a sentence and construct defining relative clause correctly. However, through this project, I learned how to analyze sentence step by step by identifying the main stairs and using the sub-stairs to develop relative clause. Besides improving my understanding of grammar, this project also helped me improve my English speaking skills because we had to explain the material and communicate in English during our presentation. It also taught me the importance of teamwork. By working together, we shared ideas, practiced our presentation, and support each other achieve a better result. Although we faced some challenge, such as understanding the step and preparing our presentation, we managed to solve them through discussion and regular practice. In conclusion, I believe that the stepping the 5 stairs D method is very helpful because it makes the learning grammar more organized, practical, and easier to understand. I hope I can to apply this method in my future English learning. Thank you for your attention.
Before we end our presentations, we would like to conclude our discussions. Through this project, we have learned how to construct defining and non-defining clauses using stepping the 5 stair D. We have also learned how to use relative pronouns such as who, whom, whose, which, and that correctly in sentences. In addition, this technique helps students understand sentence structure more clearly and systematically. It also encourages students to create more detailed and meaningful sentences. We hope that our presentation has helped you gain a better understanding of defining and non-defining clauses and how they can be constructed through stepping the 5 step D. Thank you very much for your attentions and participations. We end. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.